doing? We good? We well? Sweet, man. A few of you staring at me like, this guy looks like he should be selling pills outside or something. Nah, we fucking wish, man. It's good. I'm glad to see people out. Anybody nervous coming out with all these cases and stuff rising? Nah, no one gives a fuck, do they, at this point? Nobody gives a shit anymore. I'm nervous about coming out of lockdown, or even going back into another one, man, but not because of COVID or anything. Because last lockdown, I had to live with my girlfriend, and fuck me, that was a test. To have someone actually find out the real me, because I'm not going to lie, man, I struggled in lockdown. I struggled back. I can talk about it now, but you don't know sadness until you're getting on coke with the boys over Zoom. Just can't fucking wait for this quiz, lads. I'm in class, yeah. Oh, fuck, what's the capital of Argentina? Buenos Aires, fucking nailed it, bro. Sadness, that's sadness. I've got a massive nose. Every time I go to do a line off the keypad, my face pops up onto the screen to just reveal me doing gear on my own in my bedroom while my dad's downstairs. Well, I was living with my girlfriend, man. My girlfriend Darcy, she's wonderful. She's smart, she's intelligent. She's all the things you've got to say about someone before you talk shit about them on stage. And she's upper middle class, and I didn't realise this about the upper middle classes, right? But fuck me, they love a walk, don't they? They live for that shit. They love walking to places. I grew up in the countryside and stuff, and she was like, oh my God, let's go for a walk, and then we can have our first drink of the day. She didn't realise I drank 3 beers in the toilet while she weren't looking already. I treated lockdown like I was on a stag do. Every day, just on the beers as early as possible. Love a walk, man. Let me go for a walk. We should go for a walk. I live in Croydon. What the fuck are we walking to? That burnt out car on the end of the road. Area cordoned off by the police because there's been a murder. Look, I'm going to give shit to the upper middle classes, but understand, I give you shit because you're the best at taking shit. You're the perfect audience in comedy. I come on, I talk shit about you, you lot go, oh my God, yes, no, that's very true. We did ruin the economy. That was us. I apologise for that. But I'm going to go home, sit in my conservatory and not feel bad about it. She wants to go travelling, my girlfriend, because she's one of these posh people who's been travelling. They always have to give some altruistic reason why they've been travelling. Oh my God, Elliot, we got to go travelling. You'll learn so much about the world once you've been travelling. What will I learn? Well, you won't understand true poverty until you've been travelling. I haven't got enough money to go and see the poor people. I could maybe beg a one-way ticket. I'll then just have to live with the poor people. Just me in a slum in Rwanda going to other backpackers who go by, no, bruv, I need it more than Mabutu here. Give it to me, all right? Wants us to go to Thailand, because I'm into Thai kickboxing and stuff. She's like, oh my God, we can go. We'll have so many cultural experiences in Thailand. But her and my idea of cultural experiences are two vastly different things. You see what she wants? She wants a story where we got up at 2 a.m. and then we trekked up the mountain, and on our way up, we met these indigenous people, and they were lovely, and they welcomed us into the hut and fed us and said, we weren't like all the other white people that came and did this. No, we were different. And then as we got to the top of the mountain, we watched the sun rise and the sun glistened off the dew in the jungle, and there our third eyes opened and we met the Namayaki, and they told us there's only peace and love and each other in the world. Whereas my idea of a cultural experience in Thailand is we're going to go to a ping pong show and then bet on some children having a cage fight. 500 baht on the little cunt with a face tattoo. He looks like he means it. I love gigging in London, my home city. No one in London really gives a... what I love about London is you come, like my home city, and because everyone comes from different bits of London, we're like, ugh. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Some of you are like, oh, I've got to get a fucking tube home. I think there was a way in lockdown you could tell you were really from London. Like, really from London. It was during that week when there was that clash between Black Lives Matter and the Football Lads Alliance. That was a real London week. You remember that week in lockdown where we ended racism? Do you remember? 100 years of the European imperialism only took a week to fix, it turns out. And I know you guys are nervous when I bring this stuff up because you don't know which side I'm on. Let's be honest, you wouldn't be surprised to see me stood by a statue, would you? Just me and my mates by Paddington Bear in a load of Stone Island going, he fucking died for this country! Yeah, I'm not part of that. I got mates who did it. I'm not part of it, you know what I mean? I don't really give a shit about it. Because the problem is I suffer racism every now and then because I'm part Jewish. We all know which part. Oh, if you didn't laugh at that, you're an anti-Semite because you didn't find it funny. No, I didn't notice. You fucking did. And I suffer anti-Semitism every now and then because my granddad's Jewish, right? But my dad was a doctor. I don't know how the fuck it works. I don't practice it. I don't really care. You know what I mean? But I only relate to it every now and then because I have to suffer anti-Semitism. Like I was on a train one time. There was these lads on it, again, sort of footbally boys, you know what I mean? Had my headphones on. They were saying something to me. So I took my headphones off. I was like, yo, bub, can I help you? One of them just went, fucking kike. I was like, I'm not even Jewish, bro. To this guy's credit, he went, oh, sorry about that, mate. I was so taken back to it by, I didn't know how to respond either. I was like, no worries, man, happens to the best of us. And just had a crack on with our day. Well, you could tell what bit, if you were truly from London that week, when there was Black Lives Matter coming to London, and there was the EDL people coming to London, and they're going to defend the statues, and these people are going to tear down the statues, and there's all this chaos. And if you were truly from London, you looked at that and you went, Tube's going to be a nightmare this weekend, isn't it? And then the next 3 minutes is all race-based as well, and you guys didn't really go with it, but I've decided to do it, so we're going to find out together. The weirdest heckle I get, and it's not really a heckle, it's always something that's said to me after a gig. I've had it a couple times, I've had it tweeted at me and stuff. I get it tweeted at me quite a lot, like whenever I do a TV thing or put something online, someone will send me something going like, why do you talk like that? You're not black. There's always the same kind of person who sends me it. Click on their profile, they got a poppy as their profile picture all year round. It's like, I've noticed. I'm aware I'm not black, you know? Like, I don't sit at home going, come on, any minute now. The reason I speak like this is I come from a place in Croydon called Thornton Heath. It's a predominantly black area. The school I went to, I was one of the few minority white kids. So what I'm trying to say, like any cool thing that a white person has, I stole it off some black people. Oh, and if you guys didn't like that joke, please never visit the British Museum. I was very envious of the black kids growing up at school, man, because they all had this struggle they were in together, right? It was cool, and I wasn't part of it, so I was envious of it. And this was very prevalent to me when we were in history class. We were learning about a guy named John Carlos. Now, if you don't know John Carlos, he's a bad motherfucker, right? During the 1968 Mexico Olympics, John Carlos received a medal, and at the height of the civil rights movement, during the American national anthem, did the Black Power sign. Stripped of his medals, fucking gangster. Me and my friends, we're 11 years old. We're just coming to the age where we're getting infatuated by rebellion, learning about this guy. So we all walk around school trying to imitate John Carlos doing the Black Power sign. But look, it's kind of shit when I do it, isn't it? Well, I'm an idiot, and at 11 years old, I was even more of an idiot. So without understanding the history or connotation behind it, I just went home and Googled white power sign. Just turned up the next day going, you're right, lads, found one myself, actually. Think you'll find paper covers rock. It's problematic though, sir, isn't it? You can't do this sign anymore, despite what your hair says. This sign's cool. This sign's like, oh yeah, fight the power, free the people, win the struggle. This one's a bit more like, yo, we should go invade Poland. It usually has a bigger payoff, but I respect you guys for going, nope, we enjoyed the middle. I'll do one last bit for you guys. This bit never works in London, so that's why I'm going to do it. I have to go to places where people don't read. I like fighting, fight martial arts. I'm training for a jiu-jitsu tournament at the moment, and I was in my gym the other day training. I train hard. Sometimes I have to train 2-3 times a day for it. And I'm not any good at it, but my coach came up to me and was like, "Hey, Elliot, man, we need to have a word." I was like, "All right." He was like, I can see you really want to win this tournament." I was like, yeah, I do. Is that shown through my training? He was like, "No, it's shown through your chest." I've been doing a few push-ups, thank you. I was like, what's up with my chest? Is it looking bulked, looking ripped? And he just went, "No, you got bitch tits." What? I was like, yeah, you've been running gear. And I was like, well, a couple of times during lockdown, but I was feeling very sad about it. And he was like, "No, not that kind of gear. It's like SARMs, PEDs, steroids, testosterone." Now, it turns out, right, when you run steroids, what happens is your testosterone levels goes down because you stop producing natural testosterone because you're injecting it, but your estrogen level stays the same. So when you come off the testosterone, you develop a thing called gynecomastia, which is breasts. I have that. Never done steroids. I just have it. So I had to go home and Google why this was. Now, it turns out when I was 13, I was smoking so much skunk that it stunted my testosterone levels. I nearly smoked myself trans. I don't know if you've been stoned before and you've been high and like, "Man, I ate so many donuts." I got so high, my androgenic metabolic state went, "Dude, what if we weren't a dude anymore?" Ladies and gentlemen, you genuinely have an amazing night ahead of you. I've been Elliot Still. Thank you very much.